documentary on or whatever, the movie that's coming out.
Yes.
Hello.
Donald
this
Trump
is Donald
movie.
Trump from Mr. Cohn. Thank you so much.
Donald who?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Roy Cohn, nice to meet you.
The Roy Cohn, you're brutal.
Guilty as charged.
How do you always win?
There's rules. The first rule is attack, attack, attack.
It's going to be the finest building in the city, maybe the country, in the world.
Rule 2, admit nothing, deny everything.
There's never been anything like this, of this magnitude, this quality. Ooh, cheese balls over here.
What are you doing?
You want one?
No, it looks totally disgusting.
Cheese balls.
Rule 3, no matter what happens, you claim victory and never admit defeat. You have to be willing to do anything to anyone to win. You have a big ass. You got to work on that.
Your face looked like an orange.
Attack, attack, attack.
Deny everything, admit nothing.
It is true, though, that tan was getting out of hand.
What if you lost your fortune today?
Well, then maybe I'll run for president. I don't know.
I say, if you're indicted, you're invited.
The views, opinions, and representations expressed are those of the hosts, guests, and participants, and are not necessarily those of or endorsed by the management, other hosts, or advertisers of the network. The show is found on the
Manwich, the regular, original.
Dig in, guys.
can, but do not necessarily promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only. Ta-da! And are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or condition, or give any medical or legal advice. Good evening, or morning, depending on your time zone. From the Pacific to the Atlantic to you worldwide. Get yourself a cup of Java and find a comfy, easy chair. And get ready for my Manwich on Podcast Talk Radio After Dark. And now, it's Rich.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Ta-da! Ta-da! Yes, it is Rich, your host, and today's topic will be Trump, American icon. With that said, let's get into it.
United States!
Hey everyone, today we're going to take a wild journey through Donald Trump's first term as the 45th President of the United States. Let's get started.
It looks like she went to shake his hand.
This press conference exchange showcases the 45th president's unique way of handling certain reporters.
Okay, question? Yeah, go ahead. Sure. She's shocked that I picked her.
No.
She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
In a tweet this weekend, Mr. President, you said that it's incorrect to say you're limiting.
Who knew international diplomacy could have such physical comedy?
Wow. Get out my way. Incredible, man. That's that alpha right there.
The art of political roasting reaches new heights as Donald showcases his unique brand of humor on the campaign trail.
Hunter, you're a loser. Why did you get $1.5 billion,
I've never seen this
Hunter?
too. I did not watch this before I played it.
And your father was never considered smart. He was never considered a good
this.
senator. He was only a good vice president because he understood how to kiss Barack Obama's ass.
Dang. What?
A diplomatic tango unfolds as two world leaders engage in a verbal sparring match.
Your number one problem are not the foreign fighters. This is the ISIS fighters in the region.
and you have more and more of these fighters due to the situation today.
This is why he's a great politician, because that was one of the greatest non-answers I've ever heard. And that's okay.
Because sometimes you can have some temptation from the US side. I don't say about President Trump, but...
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say,
This
get that
is
son
true.
of a bitch off the field right now.
You
Out.
take a
He's
knee,
fired.
and you get millions of dollars. You take a knee and you get paid millions of dollars.
The president's unfiltered communication style takes center stage in this press interaction.
It's up to him.
Do you want him to rein in Robert Mueller?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
Vicious. This man is
Sometimes
vicious.
a speaker's message lands differently than they anticipated.
Today I stand before the United Nations General Assembly to share the extraordinary progress we've made. In less than 2 years, my administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country. America's so true. Didn't expect that reaction, but that's okay.
Wow.
The oil. Keep the oil. Don't let them have the oil.
Before he was a reality TV star,
You're fired.
Donald Trump was a New York tabloid fixture. All through the 1980s, Trump was busy building something new, and it wasn't a skyscraper.
Billionaire developer Donald Trump has put his name on a New York City hotel, shopping center, and apartment buildings, as well as a casino in Atlantic City. And now he's going to put his name on a big piece of Eastern Airlines.
Trump was creating a public persona, one that could be both funny and demeaning, arrogant and somehow in touch with the common man.
I sort of love and hate him at the same time. I mean, I think he has, a monumental ego.
He comes off as being very, what's the word I'm looking for?
That's what she said.
Arrogant? Yeah, he's arrogant.
I like him. The man's got it made.
America loves
He often
him.
did this by picking fights.
He said, I think Donald Trump is an artful liar.
Look at that young Trump. He can do no wrong.
Arrogant man.
He's babyface.
Well, I don't know, is that supposed to be a compliment or not? I'm not sure.
He waged a years-long battle with New York City Mayor Ed Koch.
I hope that New York City has a different mayor at some point, because I think Ed Koch is a total disaster. He's been a very bad mayor for the city.
He helped launch a competitor to the NFL called the U.S. Football League.
Oh, yeah, I heard about
And then
this.
launched a lawsuit against the NFL when the USFL failed.
The jury in the case delivered its verdict. It ruled the NFL did indeed monopolize pro football, but it awarded damages of just $1.
And in one of his biggest fights of the 1980s, he went up against media mogul Merv Griffin in a fight over a casino in Atlantic City.
People realize now that Merv made a bad deal. It's unfortunate that he's taken a fall, but he has taken the fall. Nothing much I can do about it.
Donald loves that perception. I won. He is still, a year later standing in New York going, I won. He wants to make sure everybody in America knows he won.
But the Donald Trump we know today is more than just a boastful brawler. That's because there's one more tactic that Trump apparently learned in the 80s and uses to great effect on the campaign trail today. Keep people guessing about any long-term plans.
Mr. Trump, what's left in your life? You're 33 years old. You're worth all this money. You say you didn't say that you want to be worth $1 billion.
No, I really don't. I just want to keep busy and keep active.
Could $1 billion buy the White House? What do you think?
Well,
Does
I don't
money
think it
give you?
can. I know a lot of the politicians. I like a lot of the politicians. They're friends of mine.
Trump carefully cultivated speculation about his future. In 1987, he ran a full-page ad in major newspapers that read like a political manifesto.
A blow-up of the ad is now on display at Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue.
The ad was irresistible to the New York press, and the move kept Trump's name in the news.
Trump has said quite seriously that he's a good enough bargainer to negotiate a nuclear disarmament treaty with the Russians.
This is not a wealthy country. People think America, wealth, this and that. The Japanese are saying that. What a wealthy country. I mean, they're saying it and they're laughing. Country's losing $200 billion a year. We ought to go in, the next time they fire so much as a bullet at one of our ships, we ought to go in and take over their oil.
With each of these instances, Trump refined his playbook. His attacks?
Steve, you're going to have to start pushing these people now a little bit because it's getting a little ridiculous as far as I'm concerned.
His boasts?
We'll probably sell an extra 10,000 season tickets, and that's a lot of tickets.
And his shifting positions.
Do you have the genes to be a successful politician?
Well, you never really know. I think I'm pretty outspoken, and that's not probably a good thing in terms of a politician, but it's a good thing if you ever got elected, you can really do a job.
Now, even back in the 80s, many found Trump's over-the-top personality distasteful.
What may be most discouraging of all is that Palm Beach will accept almost anything if it's got enough money, but somehow it will not accept Donald Trump.
But by playing the role of an unpredictable bully with the Midas touch, Trump showed he couldn't easily be ignored.
I believe that perhaps
Sitting with
I'm
Don
portrayed
King.
differently than I
Don
actually
King,
am.
I can't remember the other guy.
I believe
Jesse
I'm
Jackson.
portrayed in a rougher sense than the actual product. And I hope that's true, because I hope the actual product is a lot more mellow than the portrayal.
And that may be his biggest asset of all. When people attack Trump, they reinforce the version of Trump that Trump wants people to see.
And my fellow Americans, the best is yet to come.
I hope so.
God bless you,
hope so.
and God bless America.
Oh, there she goes. She's going to do it. Oh, in front of everybody. Wow.
She did.
Wait.
Sure did.
A stunning moment here at the end of the president's speech. Nancy Pelosi tearing up what appeared to be a copy of the president's speech.
Wow. And this on the heels of a moment earlier where she seemed to offer her hand for a handshake, and he either didn't see it, he didn't shake her hand in any event. She didn't use the usual flourish in introducing him. It is my high honor and privilege. So when we said that there was a partisan rancor inside this room, we were telling you there certainly is. In fact, 2 members of Congress have tweeted that they walked out during this speech.
And some boycotted.
Donald Trump.
Beaten up.
I'm taller than him. I'm better looking than him. I'm richer than him.
Umaga and Bobby Lashley. Okay. I'd rather seen Hulk Hogan. Brother. Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. Still alive at the time. So that's a humble man right there. That's being pretty humble. People say he's got a lot of pride, but that's being humble.
Just a few moments ago, Donald Trump passed through here, so we had a minute to talk with him. Let's roll that tape. You can see what he had to say.
Well, I've never seen anything like it. I've seen 2 huge 110-story
There on the day of 9/11, Donald Trump.
Thousands and thousands of lives. I just got to see something that I've never seen before.
And what was he doing? Helping out fellow Americans.
We're bringing down another 125 in a
I
little
wish I
while,
could have showed a better
they've
clip.
Never
There's
done
one of
work
him
like this
walking
before. And they're
through the debris,
people, but they've never seen anything
having
like
his
it.
men
They've never done work like
help
this
out those who are in need.
Tell me what it's like at Ground Zero. Tell me about the workers that you saw and what they're doing there.
Well, not only is it devastation, but it's very dangerous because every few minutes a whistle would go off and everybody would just run because you have all the buildings around it, which are in such a weakened state that people just don't know. And so they just have to take off. And then they come back and they're working under 50-story buildings that you don't know if they're going to fall down. So it's a terrible thing for the workers, and it's a terrible thing for the world, really.
How have you spoken to any of your men? Do you know how they're reacting to this? Because emotionally, this must be so incredibly difficult.
Well, there are a lot of them, but they've never seen bodies like this. I mean, the bodies all over. The great thing is when they find somebody that's alive, like the 5 firemen that they just found a little while ago. So that's the great thing, and that's what they're all striving for. But generally speaking, that's not the case. So they are working very, very hard, but it's a very depressing situation for these folks.
As you walked around and as you saw the piles of rubble, there are thousands of families out there who are hoping that someone might be in a pocket somewhere, still alive, still breathing, waiting to be dug up. As you assessed that damage from your perspective, do you believe that's possible?
Well, I would certainly not want to be the one to say it's not possible. Certainly it's a tough situation, but you can't give up hope because there's always hope. I mean, the 5 men, I'm sure their families thought that they probably were gone, and now they walk in the door. A couple of them walked away after they were dug out. So there probably are some more people in there, and therefore you can't give up hope.
You've had an impact on the skyline of New York. What is it like as you see it now?
It's like a whole different skyline. It's like a whole different city and world. I cannot believe the sight of Lower Manhattan without the World Trade Center, and therefore we have to rebuild, not necessarily in that form, but we have to rebuild at least as good and maybe better.
Just finally, can you tell me emotionally as you walked around, we've heard some of the stories from the firemen. They're so exhausted and mentally and physically. What was it like for you personally to go in and see all of what you saw?
Well, it was amazing to see it. It was a very depressing scene, but I'll tell you what, you really can take heart. These firemen and policemen and the construction workers equally, the courage they have is unbelievable. I mean, they're working, digging out and lifting up steel, and above them you have 55-story buildings that are very possibly going to be pouring down on them any minute, and they're working like nothing's wrong.
Like Building 7.
They're amazing.
Here's the documentary on, or whatever, the movie that's coming out.
Yes.
Hello.
Donald
this
Trump
is Donald
movie.
Trump from Mr. Cohn. Thank you so much.
Donald who?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Roy Cohn, nice to meet you.
The Roy Cohn, you're brutal.
Guilty as charged.
How do you always win?
There's rules. The first rule is attack, attack, attack.
It's going to be the finest building in the city, maybe the country, in the world.
Rule 2, admit nothing, deny everything.
There's never been anything like this, of this magnitude, this quality. Ooh, cheese balls over here.
What are you doing?
You want one?
No, it looks totally disgusting.
Cheese balls.
Rule 3, no matter what happens, you claim victory and never admit defeat. You have to be willing to do anything to anyone to win. You have a big ass. You got to work on that.
Your face looked like an orange.
Attack, attack, attack.
Deny everything, admit nothing.
It is true, though, that tan was getting out of hand.
What if you lost your fortune today?
Well, then maybe I'll run for president. I don't know.
I say, if you're indicted, you're invited.
A little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's sad, take a look at what happened.
Oh, there it is. There's the shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. Let's see him rise up and pump that fist.
Are you ready? On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go. Up. Hawkeye's here. Hawkeye's here. Move it to the stand. Get ready. Get ready. You ready?
My shoe. My shoe.
Are we good? Shooters down. Are we good to move?
We're clear.
Let's move. Let's move. We're clear. Let me get my shoe.
There's the shoe.
I got you, sir. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes.
Where's the fist pump?
Your head is bloody.
So we got to move to the bus.
Let me get my shoes.
Hey. Hey.
I'm sorry.
Hey. Where's it at? Hey. Hey. There it is. There it is. There's the fist pump. Look at that. Respectful, my friend. Calls him friend.
I've never expected to meet you at this place.
That's good. It's my honor. Would you like me to step across?
사각에서
Look at that. Look how polite. That's a gentleman right there. That's a
사상 처음으로
gentleman.
우리 땅을 밟으시는 미국 대통령이 되십니다.
If Your Excellency
I'm
take
okay
a
with
step
it.
forward, you will be the
I'd be
first
very
U.S. president to
proud.
cross
I'd be
this
very
line.
proud to do that. Okay, let's do it. Come on.
The state of the vote for the President of the United States, as delivered to the President of the Senate, is as follows. The whole number of the electors appointed to vote for President of the United States is 538. Within that whole number, the majority is 270. The votes for President of the United States are as follows. Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes. Kamala D. Harris.
USA, USA. Look at that. Only half of them stand up. Come on now. And she pounds the gavel.
Kamala D. Harris of the state of California has received 226 votes.
I misread that. I don't know what's going on here. This is above my head. I'm not a political
This
guy.
announcement of the state of the vote by the President of the Senate shall be deemed a sufficient declaration of the persons elected, President and Vice President of the United States, each for a term beginning on the 20th day of January 2025, and shall be entered together with the list of the votes on the journals of the House and the Senate. Thank you very much.
That's it. I guess that's where it was official.
Buzz with an unprecedented situation. Former President Donald Trump, set to return to office on January 20th, faces a court-ordered 10-day sentence in the hush money case. But that's not all. His inauguration is shaping up to be one of the most unique in U.S. history. Here's everything you need to know. Welcome back to Finvest USA. Today we're diving into a story filled with twists and turns. First, let's talk about Trump's 10-day sentence. A court has ordered the former president to serve time for his role in the hush money case, a legal battle dating back to his 2016 campaign. The sentence must be completed before January 19th, leaving just enough time for Trump to take the oath of office on January 20th. While this won't prevent him from becoming president, it certainly raises eyebrows about the unprecedented nature of this transition. But that's not the only headline about Trump's inauguration. January 20th will also be marked by a national period of mourning for the late President Jimmy Carter. President Biden has ordered U.S. flags to be flown at half-staff for 30 days following Carter's death, a tribute that includes Trump's swearing-in day. Lowering flags to half-staff is a significant honor, signifying national mourning. According to U.S. flag code, flags are lowered for 30 days to honor current or former presidents, as well as shorter periods for other officials.
People said he did that
national
out of spite.
In this
being
case,
vindictive,
flags will remain lowered until
he had
January
no choice.
28th,
He's supposed to do
covering
that.
the
But
first week of Trump's
they
administration.
could bend it. They could
Trump
bend
hasn't
that.
taken this lightly. On social media, he expressed frustration, accusing Democrats of being giddy about the optics of flags lowered on his inauguration day. He wrote, "Nobody wants to see this. No American can be happy about it. Let's see how it plays out. Make America great again." Despite his objections, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre has confirmed that Biden has no plans to reverse the decision. While Trump technically could raise the flags once he's in office, such a move would break from tradition and likely spark further debate. Interestingly, this isn't the first time a president has taken office during a half-staff period. In 1973, when Richard Nixon began his second term, flags were already lowered to honor former President Harry Truman. Nixon also briefly raised flags early during Lyndon Johnson's mourning period to honor prisoners of war returning from Vietnam, only to lower them again. So, what do you think about this unique set of circumstances?
I know what I think, that they
Will
should
Trump's
raise him up for his
sentencing
inauguration.
and the somber tone of his inauguration
back
impact
down.
how history remembers this moment? Or will it be just another chapter in his larger-than-life story? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Larger than
Don't forget to
life.
like, subscribe, and hit the bell
You
icon
heard her.
for
Don't
more
forget to
updates
like,
on investment
subscribe,
in
and
USA,
hit that bell.
politics, news, and everything in between. See you next time.
Well, that's it. There you have it. I could have played a lot of other picks. I could have played some of The Apprentice, but I was worried about copyright infringement. I played some picks already that, were of other content creators. So even with that said, I don't want to be playing too much of the game of, do I want to strike or not? Having said that, though, I mean, he definitely is an American icon. Man, the man was at WrestleMania 3, okay? WrestleMania 3. You got that? 3. Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. How more American was that? With that said, ladies, gentlemen, guys, gals, you have a good night. And we'll be back, Lord willing, tomorrow. Deuces.
So goodbye for us. You have to say it, baby. And us in Texas, you wanna try, baby. I know you can, I know your heart. And you will figure out you love me now, 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 you know I gotta leave. You love me now, 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 you know I gotta leave. Figure out